Hello, my friends. Welcome back to my channel, Diamonds and Washi. My name is Katie. No, my voice does not normally sound like this. I am getting over a cold that my son Micah so graciously shared with me. So I've popped in a cough drop, I drank some hot tea, and we're going to try to film this. We'll see how long this goes, but I do apologize if you're new and you're like, what is happening right now? So, I really love catching up with you guys in my weekly WIP and Chats, and today's Monday, and I actually didn't get my typical Monday morning WIP and Chat up for all of you, and I was like, I miss that. I miss getting to catch up with everyone that way. So as my voice started to gradually come back a little bit here later in the day, which believe it or not, it was much worse earlier today, I thought, okay, I'm going to give it a try. I can always cut it short. But yeah, so how are you guys doing today? I hope you're doing well and staying healthy. As far as what I'm working on tonight, so like I said, this is a WIP and Chat, so feel free to whip out your WIP, pull out whatever project or chores or work, whatever you'd like to do, and I'll be working on a diamond painting, and we'll catch up and just chat a little bit. So tonight I'm working on the kit. It's called Russia with Love, and it's from Diamond Art Club. It is a big project, actually. It's one of the two big projects that I've had planned for the month of December for several months now, actually. I always knew that I was going to work on this kit in the month of December from the moment that I picked it up at the beginning of the year. This is one of those kits that I had decided not to buy when it very first released, and it sold out, and I immediately regretted it. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know what it is about this artwork that just keeps calling my name. And so I had signed up for restock notifications, and even with that, I was still regularly checking Diamond Art Club's website to be like, did it restock? Did it restock? I feel like that's how you know that you actually do really want a painting, is that if you hold off and it goes out of stock and you still want it, then it's it's not an impulse purchase anymore. It's no, you actually want the thing. Anyway, so I picked this up as soon as it came back into stock and was like, this is going to be one of my December kits. So it's almost 100 centimeters by 70 or 71 centimeters. And, but it's coming along. So, I have a couple of pens to use today. This one is from C'est Plus Beau Tour. The colors kind of match. Has that pretty spongy or mesh material, and the cinnamon as well. So it smells like cinnamon. And then this is from Black Wolf Woodworks. I've had this one for a little while, but I haven't given it any love in a little while, so I thought I'll pull this one out as well. For waxes or wax alternatives, I'm going to be using Not Your Mama's Mud. And this is in the scent Dry as Island Dreams. And then, as always, scented putty from Randa's Crafty Corner that I use in my multi-placers. The tray, this is from Muni Made, as always. I think this is the grape jelly color, I think. And then these minders. The TARDIS, I believe, is from Kim's Needle Minders, and I believe the Mickey Swirly Christmas Tree, I believe, is from Galloway's. Which Galloway's did open up, I think I've mentioned it here before, probably more than once, but Galloway's did reopen her shop on a website outside of Etsy, so I'll be sure to link to that down below. So let me go ahead and open up a section here. I do often get asked about how I section off my canvases with washi tape and what tool I use to open up sections, and I have a whole video on just that. I'll be sure to link it below. And this is really inexpensive. You can get it at any number of shops that carry diamond painting tools. And this was given to me, I think my friend Jacqueline had given this to me, and this one she got from, I think, DP with Sparklers. It just has a tiny ceramic tip that's really shallow on the end, and it does not cut through your canvas. It just cuts through the plastic, and I know some people don't really care to section off canvases quite as, I don't know, meticulously or compulsively as I do. I'll call it what it is. But this is just what works for my brain. Where did that piece of plastic go? Okay, I think it's, there it is. Okay, I need to drink water. I do apologize if you can hear the cough drop in my mouth. I'm trying to make it through, and the cough drop really does make a big difference. So we are set up. Let me grab a color and let's catch up and chat a little bit. So I'll ask again, how are you guys doing today? I hope that you had a really nice holiday weekend. If you did have a long holiday weekend, today, or was it last night, was the first night of Hanukkah, I believe. So if that is a holiday that you observe, then happy Hanukkah. And if you celebrated Thanksgiving, happy belated Thanksgiving. If you celebrated Black Friday, happy Black Friday. Oh my gosh, can we talk about Black Friday for a minute? So Diamond Art Club really pulled out all the stops there. I picked up a lot of kits. I picked up several kits. Which was funny because last year I feel like Diamond Art Club's, their Black Friday releases didn't quite speak to me as strongly. Like I think I picked up like 2 kits during last year's Black Friday. But this year's, that's what really, really did me in. They released a lot of art in styles that I really love, and from artists that I really love that they contract with. And especially like the Saturday morning release, which I didn't know was coming. I had my suspicions, but they were pretty tight-lipped about that. Even like the Saturday release, I was like, oh my gosh, there's a bunch more in here that I love as well. But yeah, so that was fun for my bank account, and had tons and tons of fun in the live that we did that was like leading up to the big midnight releases. So I had initially talked with a couple of my girlfriends. We had said like, okay, we're gonna try to stay up until Diamond Art Club's release. Maybe we can video chat with each other and to help each other stay awake. And then I had seen someone I think had posted in like the Diamond Art Club VIP group and was like, hey, what are y'all doing to try to stay awake tonight? Like, who's going to try to make it till the drop and all of that? And then I was like, hey, why don't instead, like, of just doing like a FaceTime or whatever, I was like, why don't we do a live? And we can chat and hang out. And anyone else that just like wants some company or some background noise or whatever, and wants to like commiserate, like when we all are like, it's exactly, midnight Pacific time and I don't have my email, that kind of thing. And then to like say, just share like what we scored or whatever. I am so sorry. And so we did that, and like we had all of these like ideas for like things we could potentially, there's that piece of plastic. Things we could potentially like talk about for like conversation starters, because I'm thinking like, I don't know if anyone's even gonna show up. Like, who else is really like staying up until midnight, and who's gonna want to come like hang out in the live? Like, I really just didn't know how that was gonna go. And I feel like pretty quickly from the time we started, we had over 100 people in there, and it was so much fun. And it was such a treat because Diamond Art Club came in and was hanging out like shortly after the release went live, and they were chatting, and we were, teasing them and trying to be like, can you tell us, are there going to be releases on Saturday? And of course they're like, nope, no hints, no nothing. Like, we're not. And they even said something like, is 50 kits not good enough for you? And I was like, oh, they're being silly. Like they're teasing. And so privately I'm thinking like, ooh, I bet they're going to have something. But yes, that was super, super fun. And yeah, people just seem to have a really good time. I was immediately like, when can we do this again? But we went for like 3 hours. Like I'd initially thought that like maybe we'll go, like, should we end like right before midnight? So it's not like a distraction for people. It's like, no, let's hang out until like at least a little bit past the release time. So if people want to like, if people have questions or if people like want to share what they got or whatever, because there's been like all this excitement and build up or whatever. So, and then before we knew it, it was an hour and a half past release time, and we're like, oh my gosh, you guys, we gotta go to bed. But it didn't feel like it had been 3 hours. Like it was so much fun that it felt like it had maybe been an hour. And we're like, oh my gosh, okay, we gotta go to bed. I know Diamond Art Club's customer service is gonna be stuck up all night, like answering questions, but that doesn't mean we have to pay. Oh my gosh. So the cough drop is helping, but minimally. And I apologize if you are, what is that word? I am quite sure that one of you will let me know in the comments. I always go to look it up and then promptly forget it. If you're really sensitive to certain sounds, something phobic, nope, it's just gone. Anyway, like if you can hear my cough drop, if that's like nails on a chalkboard to you, I completely understand. And I'm so sorry. You've probably left by now anyway, but I'm that way about a lot of different mouth sounds and like other people. Like if I'm sitting at a table with someone that is like eating very loudly, like with their mouth open and all of that, I don't know what it is. It is like truly a sensory thing. It literally feels like painful to my brain. It like almost makes me want to rage. And like sometimes I literally have to leave a room. So I guess all that to say, I'm sorry if my cough drop is like triggering your sensory sensitivities. Other things on Black Friday. I know that there were a lot of companies having sales, and I did check out some other shops, but I really have been trying to be really picky about what kits I will purchase, because I have a large stash and I'm really trying not to go overboard. And so I'm really trying to just pick up kits that I love. And it just so happened that Diamond Art Club like really had all the kinds of artwork that was speaking to me. In this set of, sales. So I'd love to hear though. Feel free to share like what you scored on Black Friday, even if it's not diamond painting related. Like did you go out and join the masses to try to get like a TV or something? I really liked though that like, one of my favorite stores, because I am so #basic, is Target. I really appreciated that this year they were like, yeah, we're not having any Thanksgiving hours. Like no employees are going to have to work on Thanksgiving. And I'm glad that like the culture and the expectations do seem to be moving away from that. Because I think people should be able to enjoy Thanksgiving with their families and not having to work. Like some places, I feel like they'd gotten to the point where they were opening like before dinner time on Thanksgiving, and it was just like this consumer culture has gone a little far. But our Thanksgiving was really quiet. We are traveling for Christmas, so Thanksgiving was just me, my husband, my two little boys at home. And our Thanksgiving was brought to you mostly brought to you by Trader Joe's. when it's really just the four of us for Thanksgiving, and realistically, it's Adam and me that are eating the Thanksgiving food, I'm not going to go all out and spend hours cooking in the kitchen and trying to, like, you know, cook a ridiculous set of portions and stuff, like, when basically it's going to be Adam and me eating it. And so I don't really have any shame about just going to Trader Joe's, and they sell, like, it's already pre-cooked, pre-seasoned. It's a turkey breast. And I will just pop it, like, in the oven for an hour to, like, heat up and let all the, like, seasonings soak in and stuff. And then I usually, like, Trader Joe's has a whole set of, like, sides that are pre-made, and they're in their, like, the refrigerated section, and you just heat them and serve. And they tend to be the perfect portion sizes, or the perfect sizes that for, like, 2 people to have for, like, a Thanksgiving meal plus 1 to 2 meals of leftovers. And so I get, like, my stuffing, and, like, we get smashed sweet potatoes and stuff that way. Again, because I don't feel the need to go overboard with cooking all this stuff from scratch at home when it's just us. I don't enjoy cooking, so it's not like I'm going to do that, like, just for fun. So I did though, and this hardly counts as really making something from scratch because it's a casserole you just dump some ingredients into, but I did make green bean casserole. We tend to have the same dishes most years. And green bean casserole is just one of those things that just feels like quintessential Thanksgiving to us. So made that and picked up a pumpkin pie from Trader Joe's. And question is, well, let me put it this way. How much whipped cream do you feel is the correct amount of whipped cream on your pumpkin pie? My response, the correct amount of whipped cream on pumpkin pie is that you shouldn't be able to see the pumpkin pie. There should be so much whipped cream that you can't see this, at least the surface of the pumpkin pie. It's an indulgence. So we just had tonight, so it's Monday right now. It's Monday evening. We had leftovers from Thanksgiving round 3, and I thought, we made all this Thursday. I feel like tonight's probably the last night for it. Plus, we were kind of finishing off a lot of this stuff anyway. Yeah, we have Thanksgiving round 3 tonight. But yes, we did finally book our tickets to head back to see family at Christmas. Holy cow, flights are expensive. Oh my gosh. But we didn't travel last Christmas. I am actually really thankful, though, because the way that it worked out is that we are going to have Christmas morning here. I was honestly just planning to leave it up to, okay, what is the most cost effective as far as flights go? I'm glad that worked out, that we'll be able to have Christmas morning here. That the kids will be able to wake up in their beds on Christmas morning. So sorry, you guys. I'm a hot mess. But I feel like I'm not as stressed about traveling this year, I don't feel like, because Micah, we did Disney with him over the summer. We flew from, California to Florida, and like he did pretty well on that flight. And so I'm like, okay. And he's just getting older. Like, flights should, knock on wood, only get easier from here on out. He's the reason that I stress about traveling. Oh no, just popped drills everywhere. Where did the other one go? There it is. So that is booked. And we do have the option to, like, there's no change fees. So depending on how things go with the new version of the thing which shall not be named, if that needs to affect our travel plans, we can make adjustments as needed. It's like an look at and see. So other updates. I basically took the long weekend off from filming and from putting up videos. Last week was a little bit nutty. I had a total of 5 unboxings from a couple of different companies, but I had a total of 5 unboxings that had to go up last week. And I was like, this is super fun, but I'm not used to having to like film and then edit and like put up everything and do all of like that behind the scenes stuff back to back like that. So I was like, I'm just gonna take the long weekend off, and it was I think really good for me. It meant that I just got the chance to like kick back and relax in the evenings. Adam and I caught up on a lot of our shows, and I just like got to relax and diamond paint. And it was a really good breather. So I'm going to try to be more intentional about that sort of thing. And I want to continue to work to find ways to like scale back the sheer number of videos that I've been doing. I'm not sure exactly what that looks like in practice, but we'll see. All right, next color. This week though, I have a small shop haul video that should be coming. Because I have a little backlog of small shop goodies. And I have some unboxings that I will probably do. And probably my usual month in review, because holy cow, we are coming up on like tomorrow is December. Holy cow. On the phone today, I was chatting with my mom briefly, and then I was like, I'm just going to let Connor talk to you because my voice hurts. And she asked Connor, she's like, have you guys put the Christmas tree up yet? And Connor was like, no, the Christmas tree doesn't go up till December 1st. And I just laughed because I was like, I haven't heard him say that before. It just so happened that we didn't put up the tree over the weekend because I was feeling so under the weather. I did a lot of sleeping. But I was like, yeah, you know what, bud? I think that we could probably make that happen on December 1st. So we'll get the tree up. And did I mention that what I have is just a cold? Micah shared it with me. I'm trying to think, because last week's WIP and Chat, I just did those tag questions, and I don't remember if I shared much in the way of like personal life updates. Micah had a really wicked ear infection that I actually thought he had ruptured an eardrum, and we took him to urgent care, and they were like, he has a really nasty ear infection to the point that like we can't see like if the tube is even, I think I did talk about this. We can't tell if the tube is still in there. We can't tell if his eardrum has ruptured, but here are the antibiotic drops. Follow up with your pediatrician in a week. So obviously Micah had some kind of cold. Okay, I need a new cough drop. Honey lemon with echinacea. Okay. Has a very distinct flavor. Anyway. So we did the follow-up with the pediatrician. last week. Yeah, like a day or two before Thanksgiving. And I've shared before that like we always have such a hard time when we have to take our kids to any kind of doctor's, well, Micah, specifically Micah, in any kind of doctor's office setting, because he has been so illness prone for all like 3.5 years of his life, that he very strongly associates like the doctor's office and doctors and nurses with being sick and like the discomfort of like them having to look in his ears when he has an ear infection. And so that's very painful for him. So he has this extremely strong association at this point. And he's especially sensitive when it comes to anything around, like on or around his head. So like ears, eyes, mouth, all those things. And so I knew when I took him for the follow-up with the pediatrician to make sure the antibiotics had worked, see if the tube was still in that ear, see if his eardrum had ruptured. If so, like if it had healed. I was like, this is going to be a battle. I always forewarn them because like basically from the moment a nurse so much as comes into the room, he wants nothing to do with anything that they're asking him to do. He just gets really upset. Something as absolutely harmless as, hey buddy, let's go step on this scale over here and see how much you weigh. The nurse is not touching him. The nurse is not doing anything to him. But he just gets really upset about even just the idea of getting on the scale. Like, and so you can imagine how that goes when it's like, okay, now it's time to look in his ears. And it breaks my heart as a mom because it's like, I hate that this is so distressing for you. And we've tried lots of different tactics to help that not be such a negative association for him and for him not to, be as upset. But I think a lot of that is just going to come with time. And some maturity, maybe, I hope. But it just was a bummer because it's like the doctor has to be able to look into your ear and see if it's okay. And I'm used to bear hugging Micah and helping them be able to look in his ears, but he has gotten just so much bigger and so much stronger that now I can't do it all by myself. So we tried once or twice with me bear hugging and petting him, and he just was so upset. So she called for another nurse to come in and help, and I'm apologizing and I'm telling them you just tell me whatever you need me to do, how can I be most helpful, etc., etc. So anyway, the tube, he does still have the tube in that ear, but that's almost more frustrating because I'm the whole point of him having these tubes in his ears is so that he won't get ear infections, which honestly, if he didn't have the tubes, he would probably have had exponentially more ear infections, but it stinks. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. Anyway, the pediatrician was like, why don't you go ahead and follow up with the ENT as well, just to make sure, see if there's anything else that they want to do. And I'm like, okay. Another doctor's appointment that I dread them. But we'll get there. It'll get easier. But he's perfectly healthy at this point. In a moment of panic this morning though, because I was in the car on my way to go pick up a Target drive-up order, which is, nearly every other day for me, really. And I do a lot of vlogging in my car for my my Patreon. Which yes, I have a Patreon, but please don't sign up until after the first of the month. Like sign up towards the beginning of the month, and that's not just for me. That's for most, if not all, creators because of how Patreon does billing. But anyway, not the point. I'm literally in the middle of vlogging, and I get a alert that comes up on my phone. It's like I'm getting a call from Micah's school, and immediately I'm like, crap, why are they calling? He was perfectly healthy when I sent him this morning. Like, please, 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 he can't be sick again already. Like, he missed part of the week leading up to Thanksgiving break, and then I thought, like, okay, he got totally healed up over Thanksgiving break. He's good. He's going to be back in school for, a minute before he picks up whatever other bug is going around. So I see like his school pop up on my phone, and I'm like, oh no. And then I answered, and it was just like, hi, we didn't hear from you about like verifying his absence the day before Thanksgiving break. And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry, I forgot to call. I just want to make sure he gets an excused absence. But I just was like, please don't tell me I have to come and pick him up. I just want a little bit of my mornings back. And also, he was healthy. He was perfectly healthy when I sent him this morning. So, but I have the feeling that is kind of going to be what the winter season looks like, This is when kids get sick and start passing stuff around. And anyway, for the moment, my kids are healthy and able to go to school, so I'm soaking up my solo mornings as much as I can. It's nice. I do vastly prefer filming in the mornings. I was going to try to film this WIP and Chat this morning, but my voice was just like I said, even worse than it is right now. So I was like, nah, we'll just try again tonight. Other things that are going on. So, like I said, this kit that I started is one of the kits that has always been on my plan to work on in kind of like the holiday season. I'm glad I was able to start it early though, because as it turns out, I have more Christmassy holiday themed sets than I have time to do. So, especially now that I know that we're traveling for like a week at the end of December, I'm like, well, I'm probably not going to get a whole lot of diamond painting done. I might try to take something, but realistically, like, I'm going to spend time with family. And it's not like I can take a giant diamond painting on the plane or anything. So we'll see. This kit had a ton of confetti in the first column. Like, I posted a picture of it on Instagram today. I was like, this is absolutely bonkers. So much confetti. I was having flashbacks to those Josephine Wall kits with like 200 plus colors. But I think here in the middle, it's going to have some more color blocking, or at least like line color blocking, like what I'm doing right now. And we'll see. I don't know how long it'll take me to do this one. But other kits that I have in mind for the holidays that we're going to see how I feel after I finish this one. So I have another really large kit from Diamond Art Club called Little Helpers, which is the Anne Stokes dragon one that I like lost my ever-loving mind when Diamond Art Club sent that to me as a sneak peek. That was a fun unboxing. My reactions on those are always, I swear they're genuine. Like, they're very real. Like, I don't fake my reactions to kits at all. But I was like, I have to work on this Christmas. But that one is also a big one. I do think that there is a lot more color blocking in that one in particular. This is like this kit that I'm currently working on is like a cityscape, and cityscapes and landscapes just by nature tend to have a lot of confetti because there's so much detail, like minute detail. So I have little helpers. I have Magical Tree, also from Diamond Art Club. That one's a bit smaller. Let me work on that. I actually have a kit coming from Bella Safina. I haven't ever worked on a kit from them before. This is one of those kits that I kept going back to and looking at like for months. Like since I saw it first on her website, I think over the summer was when I first saw it. And then her website went down for maintenance for a week or two. And all I could think about was, man, I wish I had bought that kit before she took her website down to make changes to it. So when her website reopened like last week, and I was like, if that kit's still in stock, I'm going to buy it because I keep thinking about it. So I did. And it's shipped, but it's not here yet. I'm hoping that one arrives this week. And I'll kind of see how I feel when I unbox it. If it like is, if that kit basically tells me you have to work on this immediately, then I will. So that's a possibility. And then Distracted by Diamonds over the weekend released a couple of new pieces from Puffy Gator. And one was Christmas Kitty and one was a Kwanzaa. Am I pronouncing that correctly? I just had a moment where I was like, did I pronounce that? Kitty. And so hooray for diversity and inclusion. But I love Puffy Gator's artwork. I adore how Distracted by Diamonds renders it. And this Christmas Kitty kit, it's a round drill. It's like 60 something by 60 something, and I couldn't resist, so I bought that one. But like, in what universe am I going to finish this kit? Massive little helpers as well. And then a Bella Safina kit and this Distracted by Diamonds kit. Like, no, what am I thinking? That is absolutely not going to happen. So a lot of it I think is just going to depend on what I think of the Bella Safina and the Distracted by Diamonds kit once I actually unbox them. But we will see. Maybe I don't know, I think that some people do like a Christmas in July event. Maybe I'll save a kit for that. Yeah, we'll see. Yes, what's coming along? Other things that are kind of on the brain. So we are kicking around the idea of getting the kids a dog for Christmas. Now stick with me here. We've been planning to get a dog for years, and we just have been waiting for the time to be right. We used to have a dog that we had gotten not too long before I got pregnant with Connor, my oldest. And we had that dog for 3.5 years and lost him very tragically. And we always knew, like, well, we know that we're going to want another dog someday, but I was pregnant with Micah when we lost our dog. And I was like, well, we can't get another dog, like, one, because right now, because, well, one, we're grieving, and two, like, I'm pregnant, like, I can't do, like, new dog plus newborn. That's, like, I knew that my mental health would not handle that. So we thought, well, no, when the time is right, let's let Micah get a little bit older, and we'll know when the time is right. And Adam was actually the one that brought it up because he had taken Connor to the park, and Connor is always so interested in dogs, and I don't know if he really remembers. I don't know that he really remembers our dog. But I think Adam said something kind of casually to him about, like, should we get a dog again, Connor? And Connor was like, yeah. But now this has turned into like, if you give a mouse a cookie, and Adam has decided like, not decided, Adam has said like, well, we're worried about how our cat is going to react, so maybe we should get a second cat so that the cat isn't lonely. And I'm like, hold up. What? We were talking about getting a dog. I don't know if I can handle a dog and a cat, but we talked about it, and I was like, let me think about it. Let me not just be like a huge negative Nancy. That's kind of a negative Nancy, but we may be adding some new pets to our family at some point. We both agreed, though, that like we certainly wouldn't want to, we're not going to rush into getting a dog just to like get a dog for the kids for Christmas. I have a couple of rescues that I have, browsed before and kept an eye on, and a couple of people like in the rescue kind of community. We do want to like adopt, a dog from a shelter or a rescue, but we want to be really intentional about it, making sure that we're getting a dog that's the right fit for our family, like for our space, for the fact that we have kids, for the fact that we have a cat. So we're going to be like, we're not going to rush it or force it just to like have a dog by Christmas or something. We want to make sure that we make sure that we're getting one that's the right fit for our family. That's kind of exciting to think about, because I really do. I love dogs, and I feel like it will be really good for our kids too. And yeah. I used to be a lot more of a cat person, and that's faded a little bit for a number of reasons, in part because I've started to like develop some allergies. Like I was always like sensitive to the cat that we are. Those stuck together? What is happening? Yeah, those are. That's annoying. Okay. This is an older Diamond Art Club kit, so some of these square drills are just kind of gnarly. Okay. Basically, I have had allergic reactions to cat's fur before, and I've started to even, I feel like, develop some allergies to like the cat that we have, and that didn't used to be a problem before. But I don't run into that as much with dogs for whatever reason. So we shall see. But yeah, other than that, we don't have any huge plans for the week. Getting the kids back into the swing of being in school. I would really like to get some more of my Christmas shopping done, and take advantage of the fact that the kids are back in school and be like, okay, let me get their Christmas shopping done and all of that. I'd like to, get a little bit of decor up and whatnot. I think we're foregoing Christmas cards again this year. We didn't make any kinds of family pictures happen, and that makes me sad, but that was just kind of one of those things that I guess I didn't really have the mental margin for, and so I let that go. I distinctly remember talking about this like in my WIP and Chats a year ago, where I was like, I have all this guilt over these things that I'm just not able to do for whatever reason, or I can't make happen. And reminding myself that like I don't have to feel guilty about those things. It's okay. And it's funny to me that I'm like, wow, deja vu, having the same sorts of feelings this year. But that's okay. Anyway, I'm coming up on the end of my second cough drop, and I feel the strain in my throat. So I don't think we really quite made it to the hour mark. Let me take a quick look after I fill in this little gap. Okay. Well, we got closer than I expected. But I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go, because like I said, I feel it. I feel my throat being like, you have to stop. So I'm gonna go ahead and call it. Hopefully my voice will be in better shape very soon because I do have some videos I would like to get filmed enough for you guys this week. But if you made it all the way through this very froggy, croaky whip and chat from me, thank you guys. If you want, you can pop up the frog emoji because that's what I sounded like, or like a duck emoji or whatever you think my voice sounded like. You won't offend me, don't worry. Thank you guys for hanging out and for the kind words on the community post I put up this morning, Monday morning, letting you guys know that there wasn't a whip and chat and why. But like I said, I hope you all, whatever holidays that you have been celebrating or holidays that you have coming up, I want to wish you a happy everything, and hope that you and your loved ones are staying safe and healthy. Please wash your hands. I'm going to start being a nut about sanitizer again. Anyway, thank you for hanging out with me in my whip and chat today, and let me know below how you're doing. Anything you found for Black Friday. Ooh, let me know how much whipped cream is the appropriate amount of whipped cream on a slice of pumpkin pie. Correct answer: pumpkin pie should not be visible. And if you made it all the way to the end and you're not already subscribed, I promise my voice does not normally sound like this. Go watch some of my older whip and chats instead. But yeah, go ahead and subscribe because if you made it through this, hopefully you'd make it through some of my more normal videos. But anyway, you guys, like I said, stay safe and healthy. Have a really, really wonderful week, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.